nervousness and excitement of this morning went. But right now this just feels like a regular old bike ride through the park. Today I'll be beginning my journey from Calgary, Alberta to Vancouver, BC. I'll be biking the whole way. I'll be stopping in some motels and also be camping wherever I can. So it's gonna be a tough but fun 3 weeks. It's been pretty damn smoky so far, and we're on the first day of our trip, not even close to BC yet, so a little worried about what it's gonna look like once we get to BC. So we're just rolling into Bragg Creek now. It's about 10 o'clock. Got here later than we wanted to, but we're just about to set up camp. I had to throw my sunglasses on because I kept getting bugs in my face, even though it's night. But we made it. We are at the campsite for the first night. It's the morning of the second day, and I don't think that we got enough sleep, but we're gonna go into Bragg Creek, get some good coffee, and see if that helps. Bye, Austin!
Thanks for the ride!
No problem, thanks for coming!
I'm happy I did!
So Austin joined me for the first day. His mom just came and picked him up. But we officially left the pavement. We're on nice dirt roads now. So it's definitely feeling more like an adventure now. And I'm excited to see what's in store for today. Smoke is definitely a little worse today, but I'll take it easy and I'll be okay. Now that I'm off the pavement, the dirt trails are a real test of whether or not my gear's secured properly. Right now it looks like my handlebar pegs are about to fall off. They're starting to slowly slide to the left, but this is a learning process. I picked up this obnoxiously loud horn from the dollar store. I think it's a pretty good deterrent against bears. So last year I tried out trail building for the first time, just as a volunteer. And we worked on this very section of trail. So we were spent about 8 hours on a 100-meter long section of trail. There was about 6 of us. And it really puts into perspective just how much work and effort goes into these trails. And so we're almost off the West Bragg Creek map. We're just right there. We're about to go on Tom Snow, which I've heard is notoriously muddy and swampy, but we'll see what it looks like. So that section was awful, but I think we're mostly in the clear. My shoes are now soaked with bog water, and it took me about 30 minutes to do 2 kilometers. But this stuff is looking much better. A little less chewed up by horses. I ran into a noisy flightless bird, and I think I spooked it because it's definitely in fight mode right now. Oh, now it's flight mode. Sorry, guy. Obviously went to the Prometheus school of running away from things. Let's see how long it follows this trail. Oh, there it goes. Bye-bye. Sorry. The official Trans-Canada Trail includes Cox Hill, which would tack on an extra around 900 meters of elevation gain to my already elevation packed day. So I feel like I'm cheating the trail a little, but I'm just gonna take Powder Face Trail instead of Cox Hill. I think I made the right call with not going up Cox Hill. It would have taken me way to hell up there, and I already struggled to climb this hill. Should have brought a boat. All the nervousness and excitement killed my appetite yesterday, and didn't have enough food, so started to bonk. But hopefully a few tablespoons of peanut butter should do the trick. I'm just biking along, almost at the top of Lusk Pass, and then my back wheel goes over this rock. And broken derailleur. That means I am riding to the next bike shop on a fixie. Screw you, rock, asshole. Day 2 was a nightmare. Is everything worst case scenario? This bike is restricted to 1 gear. Derailleur is completely messed up. Smallest chainring is broken. And getting it fixed at Canmore tomorrow would probably run me more than $200. I am now on my Trek fuel, which switched from the, I think, Giant Talon. But anyway, smashed my derailleur on the rock, so I had to switch it out. It wasn't going to make it to Canmore, and also I can work on it at home for much cheaper. Right now, we're just racing against the sun to get to the camping spot. But thank you so much. Sorry, there was a mosquito on my leg. Thank you so much, Mom, for bringing me my bike. So I'm half a kilometer into day 2. I already need a break. It's gonna be a long day. Thinking this might be a little bit too gnarly for all these bags. I'm gonna have to walk it. I feel like such an old man. I went up this flight of stairs. There's barely even a elevation increase, but I'm panting like crazy. Now I have to go up these. Wow, that hill was hard. But I think finally in Canmore I can see my first building. I'm gonna get some McDonald's, get a nice cold drink, nice cold sugary drink. That'll carry me to Banff. So I don't know what it is about this trip, but I keep running into mechanical issues. My rear hub is acting up. When I get to Banff, I'll see if I can get a shop to do it for me before before Sunday, but I doubt it. They're probably pretty busy with weekends. So those are the most relaxing 2 nights ever. Oh, I dealt with the wheel problem on my bike. Got a new, entirely new wheel set. I figured I'll fix the hub when I get home from this trip. I don't want to deal with it right now. So yeah, I sent my old wheel set back with Austin and his family. And we're on the road again on the High Rockies Trail. So I was grabbing breakfast in Banff today. I met a guy who was doing the same trail, but from BC. He started it in trail and is going to Calgary. So yeah, it's nice to know there's other people doing the same thing. The High Rockies Trail has been amazing so far. It's just smooth, flowy single track, no monster climbs so far. Very nice on my new back wheel. It's great. My legs are starting to give up on me, so I decided to pull into a day use area just to set up camp. And luckily, it was it's a spot for one of the new hiking and biking campsites. So there's some food storage lockers, which is nice. It's much more reliable and convenient than a bear hang. So got some freeze-dried pad thai for lunch. Gotta let that hot water sit for like 20 minutes. I'm so hungry, I can't wait. So I just finished the last big climb before I reach the Kananaskis Lakes, so I can grab a quick lunch there and continue on to Elkford. Just started Elk Pass. It's pretty good so far. It's like 300 total meters of elevation. It's nothing I haven't done already today. So once I get to the top, 60 kilometers of almost mostly downhill till I get to Elkford. So I'll probably roll into Elkford pretty late, but it should be an easy 60K. Yesterday, I did 130 kilometers around 1700 meters of elevation. That was fucking hard. When I got into Elkford, I grabbed a motel and looked around for food, but everywhere was closed. So my dinner after biking 130 kilometers was a large bag of chips and 2 pieces of jerky. And what was worse is that this morning, every breakfast place was closed as well. So I am biking 30K to Sparwood, and just had to get more chips for breakfast at Elkford, but those should bring me there. I was worried of this trip turning into just me trying to get it to destinations instead of actually enjoying the scenery and enjoying the biking. But the last bit of yesterday and so far the entire ride to Sparwood has felt like that. And I think it'll change as soon as I get 2 or 3 burgers in me though. I just left Fernie after having 2 bagels. They were very nice bagels. It's crazy how much the vegetation has changed between Fernie and here. Fernie was so green and lush, and here it's all just tall yellow grass. The start of day 8. It's been about 7 kilometers of pavement so far, and I think there's a store up ahead, so I might be able to grab a coffee. These consecutive nights of sleeping in a tent are not great for my sleep quality. The start of day 9. I just left Cranbrook, heading to Kimberley. There's a chance that this might be the last day. Smoke has gotten a little worse over the past few days, and I'm riding straight into the middle of a bunch of fires. So we'll see what it looks like once I get to Kimberley. I decided to press on through Grey Creek Pass. The smoke isn't too bad right now, but if I start getting headaches or any breathing problems from the smoke, then I'll probably turn around and come back. But for now it's not bothering me, so until it does, I'll just keep going. While I was packing up my campsite to leave this morning, I thought I saw someone biking by, which I was really happy to see because someone else is doing this. So I packed up as fast as I could and started biking up, and eventually I caught up to him. His name was Sean. He's from Vancouver, and he's biking from Banff to Vancouver. So I'm not the only one doing this, which is very reassuring. I'm almost out of food. This is all I have, but 17 kilometers, all downhill to Grey Creek. Maybe I can get some chips, or hopefully something a bit better there. Either way, I am going to eat the rest of my peanut butter. Just left Nelson, had some very good coffee, breakfast sandwich and a muffin. So my spirits are lifted, and continuing on to Salmo. It's starting to get pretty hot. I'm gonna stop in Salmo get a nice cold pop, and then probably take a break until like 5 and the temperature's a bit cooler. I get to sleep in a bed tonight. Hell yeah. So smoke is very bad here too. Which is why I'm wearing the mask. But got a pretty long climb ahead of me. I'm just trying to go at a easy pace. Basically just trying to breathe through my nose as much as possible. So here's the start to a bike trail that I really want to do one day, but not with all these bags. 7 summits, it's just 30 kilometers of ridgeline. Seems like it would be an amazing bike ride. The sun has lost the orange tinge from the smoke. The sky is clear, very blue. There's still just a tiny bit of haze, but only in the distance, so I think I'm clear of the worst smoke. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Found this nice little spot. I'm gonna take a couple hours to just read and eat as much food as I can. We reached the first tunnel of the trip. Oh, it's darker than I thought. I definitely need my headlamp. Wow. Wow, it is very refreshingly cool in those tunnels. And I was imagining of what the biking of this trip would look like. This is exactly it. It's gorgeous, so green. I mean, minus the smoke, but still, it's amazing. I'm gonna take a bit of a shorter day today. My legs are feeling real, oh god, spicy after 300 kilometers in the last 3 days. So only doing around 40 today, and I'm gonna have a lot of ice cream and pizza at Beaverdale. So the air around Beaverdale is great right now. Decided not to waste any of it, so I'm just gonna try to put in 30 more kilometers today. Get a bit closer to Kelowna, just while the air is not smoky. It is very hot right now though. But I had 3 ice creams in Beaverdale, a bunch of pizza, a bunch of pop. So we'll keep biking until the sugar crash comes. Good morning. It is 7 a.m. We are heading towards Penticton now. The campsite that I stayed in last night was amazing. Had a perfect spot to hang up a hammock. The lake was pretty warm, so I went for a nice swim at like 7 7 o'clock. And then I just ate as much food as I could and went to sleep. It was a good night. Normally there's supposed to be a lake there. I have about 15 kilometers to go until I reach the Chute Lake Lodge. And I really hope that I can get that the restaurant is open to people who aren't staying there. Because I haven't had a real meal since Grand Forks, which was, God, that was 3 days ago now. When you go to Beaverdale and the cashier at the general store says that the dill pickle pepperoni is surprisingly good, don't trust them. They're not good. It's the only food I got, so I'm eating it. Don't get it. Day 16 is underway, and I just saw my first bear of the trip. It's just a black bear. I think I spooked it. It was running away from the trail. It looked like a adolescent. It wasn't fully grown, but yeah, still old enough to be on its own, I think. Either way, I'm just gonna keep going. Oh boy, another tunnel. Oh, this one's nice and short. I am so sorry, sheep. I mean you no harm. I'm just passing through. The area just outside of Princeton is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, there's supposed to be a bridge here, but not anymore. It's pretty broken, about as broken as a bridge can be. So crossing this will be fun. It appears as if I've chosen the hard way. There's a path right there and shallow water. At least my wheels are clean. Try and stop me. After 7 hours of biking uphill, it was like 100 kilometers almost, 95. Now we get a nice 65 kilometer long descent into Hope, and I should get there pretty quick. It's 6, but hopefully I'll be there by 8:30 before the sun goes down. That's pretty neat. This has got to be the most beautiful part of the trip so far, to be honest. It's just, the views down this valley are insane. And there's just waterfalls on either side of me, just trickling down the rocks. It's amazing. How am I going to get my bike up that? So just outside of Hope, I have a long ass climb. I decided to innovate because the backpack was really starting to hurt my back. Fits on the handlebars, great, as long as I'm not going too fast. As soon as I get on the downhill or it gets bumpy, I'll need to throw it back on, but for now, going this speed, backpack on the handlebars works just great. So we have this steep ass hill for 9 more kilometers. It's gonna take forever, but once we're at the top, it's all downhill. It's a Cultus Lake, which will be nice. This is, honestly, I think this is worse than Grey Creek Pass. A little less elevation, but jeez. 9 kilometers of like almost 10% grade. Not great. So, Hope to Chilliwack Lake has had the worst climb this trip so far. Like, the first bit was bad enough. It was steep, very consistently steep. And then the trail just narrowed and basically turned into 7 kilometers of almost bushwhacking. The trail was still clear, but you were getting whacked by bushes, so pretty much bushwhacking. We saw 2 cougars on the very side of the path. They were covered in the bush, so I biked right past them and I saw 2 brown things moving just in my peripheral vision. After I passed them, they moved onto the trail behind me and started following me. So, yeah, I panicked at first. It's like, oh fuck, those are cougars. So I just started biking away, fumbled with the bear spray, got it out of the backpack. I looked behind me and they were still just walking up. But then I remembered you're supposed to stand your ground, talk, not yell, and then back away slowly. So yeah, I stopped. The cougars stopped. I started talking firmly, like just saying, stay back, as if they understood it. But yeah, it worked. They just stopped. I started backing away slowly. And after that, I just put my music loud, walked my bike for a bit, and they went back into the bush. I think they followed me for another like 20 meters, but after that, they gave up. So now I got a very nice and easy downhill till I get to Chilliwack Lake, and honestly, pretty tired, so I might just end it early there instead of going another 20 or 30 kilometers to Cultus Lake. Got my camp set up. Didn't go as far as I wanted to today, but my hunger got the best of me. looks like the pathways from now on are going to be quite easy. Nice and flat and wide and not rooty and rocky. Stanley Park. Finally made it. Oh boy, my legs are tired. I've gone like 105 kilometers today. But I'm gonna go up to the lookout, get a few pictures, and then go to the hotel to eat and crash. So, I don't know why I put this off for so long, but here I am more than a month after getting home from my bike trip, and yeah, I didn't really do a whole lot of filming at the end of the trip, just like talking about the end and the trip in general, so this will be a sort of recap and outro. So in total the trip was around 1,800 kilometers with 20,000 meters of elevation gain. The first half of the trip was definitely more up and down, but the second half of the trip was a lot more mellow with the hills because of the rail grade, which is not really more than 2%. My favorite part about the trip was definitely how simple my day-to-day was. There was never really a question of what I was going to do each day. It was just wake up, pack up, start biking, and then stop biking when I get too tired or hungry, and then eat, read, and go to sleep. It was just the same thing every day for 21 days, and it was great. Like, I feel like the simplicity of my day-to-day really helped me with appreciating the scenery, since my brain wasn't occupied on making decisions. It was just all decided for me. Speaking of the scenery, some of the highlights from the trip was definitely the High Rockies Trail and Elk Valley on day 5 of the trip. This one was like the first mind-blowing view of the trip, and it just was like a window out of Alberta and into BC, and it kind of felt like another like real start of the trip. Like, another highlight of the scenery was the entire trip from Princeton to Hope on day I think that was 18. But that was pretty much the first day where the smoke really cleared up on the west side of BC, and that also happened to have gorgeous views, which, yeah, I'm really glad the smoke blew away for that day, because I would not have wanted to miss those views. Another great thing about the trip were the people. Pretty much everyone I met was super nice to me. I remember in Abbotsford, I got some strawberries at a fruit stand, and then I told the lady working there about my trip, and as I was sitting there eating my strawberries, she prepared a free basket of fruit for me, so I got 2 baskets of fruit, which was just great. It made the rest of the day so much sweeter. Yeah, overall, I would do this trip again in a heartbeat, and I'm already planning my next big bikepacking trip, which I am thinking of doing the Great Divide from Banff to the Mexico border in 2 years from now. So that's something for me to look forward to, and yeah, this trip definitely got me hooked on bikepacking, and I'm looking forward to the next time that I can do it. Well, anyways, I'd like to thank you for watching my video, and I really hope you enjoyed following along to my trip from Calgary to Vancouver. And yeah, until next time I go on a bikepacking trip. See ya.